Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a much closer look at how I actually added the electronics into the Playmobil Ecto 1 to actually do the blinking lights and also the headlights. This video will also cover how to activate the non-stop link in this set. So let's get started. So first off, you'll need to remove the roof panel. And it's helpful to remove all the decoration pieces just so you don't lose them and they don't get in your way. And then you'll need to turn it over. You'll notice there are 6 Phillips head screws, so you need to take these off. It's really nice. Playmobil didn't actually put like a triangular screw or some special type of screw to lock you out. So this is pretty simple and straightforward to try and take it apart. And this video footage was all actually taken while I was adding the modifications myself. So some of the video quality isn't perfect, but it does give you a better look at how I added the modifications. So now that the last of the screws are removed, you can carefully remove the white roof panel top, and be careful not to snap any wires while you're doing this. So now I'm going to try and point out some of the components. I was trying to use a flashlight, that didn't work. Anyhow, so there you can see are the front flashers, that's the red blinking light, and then those are the back. And then the non-stop link is used to actually deactivate the original factory settings for the timer so that the lights never turn off. They still will function in normal mode. And then right here is a capacitor slot. For some reason there isn't one there though. And then there's the speaker and the negative and positive terminal. You can solder on your USB plug there. So now I'm going to be showing you how I actually added in the switch that runs the non-stop link and the headlights. So this is just a normal switch. It actually came out of a dollar store battery pack supply. Doesn't really matter what switch or button you want to use. So this switch will need to be soldered onto either side of the non-stop link contacts on the computer board. And it's also important to note that you should always pull the wires through a hole in the bottom or potentially drill a hole yourself, because otherwise the siren piece will not go back together correctly. So you'll need to solder the blue wire that's shown there onto the first non-stop lead, which that goes to the switch, and then the white wire goes back to the computer board. Your headlights are also going to be attached onto that white wire. So here's one of 3 wiring schematics I made. You can see how everything's wired. The computer board in this image is reversed from what you actually see in the video. At the bottom of the screen you'll notice is where it's labeled 5-volt DC power. That's where you can solder on a USB plug or barrel plug adapter so you can run it without batteries. So next, the LEDs, which you'll see at the top, that's laid over the actual ecto 1 frame that you can sort of see. So in this schematic I use 2 3-volt white LEDs and 2 3-volt orange LEDs wired in series separately. And then the orange blinker switch, which is pointed out, that's what turns on and off the orange lights, and then the other switch turns on and off the headlights with the non-stop link. This second schematic is really similar to the first one, except it does not have blinkers. Instead it has 2 sets of headlights, which is technically more movie accurate. And basically it's the same thing, but you have 2 sets of white LEDs wired in series and then parallel to each other. So then this last schematic shows having a separate headlight switch and then also a non-stop link switch. So in this schematic the headlights would turn on separately without any other computer board functions, and then the non-stop link can also still be activated. If you choose, you don't actually have to wire up the non-stop link at all. and you could switch around between the different schematics I just showed you. This is just to give you a few ideas of what's possible and what I've done in my designs. This last part of the video is just showing how I took apart the actual car. Again, it's relatively simple. It just has 4 Phillips head screws. I really like this car design actually because it's heavier than some other Playmobil vehicles I've seen. And also it doesn't use plastic clips, which is really nice. A lot of Playmobil vehicles actually use plastic clips to hold everything together. So this is much easier to take apart. And again, you just want to be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to break anything. Then you can see the white, I'm not filming this very good. So you can see the white part is separate, and then there's also a chair piece, which is another separate section. So, and then once the vehicle is apart, you can start trying to wire in the LEDs. Here's another diagram which is shown exactly the same as I showed in my wiring diagram. The original plastic headlight pieces pop out, and the front of the vehicle is also removable, and 5mm LEDs fit pretty nicely in that slot. And then when you're wiring everything and putting it back together, just try your best to not pinch the wires because they do like to get in the way a lot. And then I fed the rest of the wires underneath the seats on the left side where the backpacks are stored up to the Siren computer board. So I hope this video helps. If you have any further questions or comments about this modification, just let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thanks for watching this video, and be sure to check out the other videos on my channel.